Yes, yes, yes. Good afternoon or whatever time you're listening. Good morning. Good evening. This is a Shot of Reviews, your only show where you get drunken, inebriated album reviews from me, Jarrell, and my co-host Stu.
Yes,
Stu, how you doing here? We're here live.
I'm all right.
You're doing all right?
Got a nice cut on my finger this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Another failed suicide attempt, I guess.
Yeah, on my finger. Seeing how much blood, a lot of blood came out of my finger. I could tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was blood everywhere, and I thought it was stitch worthy, but then I was like, maybe not. And I just
You got to
wrapped it up
tell
with
us
a
the
Band-Aid.
story in a second, but let me tell everybody here what you're listening to. This is, like I said, Shot of Reviews. On this show, we talk about albums that came out in the week. We give our opinions on them, as well as give you some up-to-date news that happened in the past few weeks. All the while drinking some of a different alcoholic beverage every week. And this week's drink is Captain Morgan Spice Rum. We usually mix it with soda or what have you, but I'm running out of ideas here. If you guys want to email me some non-tequila drinks that we could be drinking.
Non tequila. You don't drink tequila either.
I don't, but if it comes down to it, we might
No,
well
we might have to.
Yeah,
I don't really do whiskey either.
yeah, I know,
It
but
kind of narrows it, but
well, you do whiskey. It's just we really steer away from tequila if we want to have at least a
Jameson.
a good show at least. If we do tequila, it's going to be like a short show or a completely slurred one.
Unless you want to have a show where I throw up.
That might be entertaining. So if you send in your opinions, we'll give you the email address in a bit. We'll let you know what we think or what you guys think of that, and we'll try it out. But when we do the shots, we have our little co-host here, little John, or I want to call him our mascot. Our mascot, Little John, lets us know when it's time to do shots. So when you hear the shot call, feel free to take a shot of whatever you're doing as well. But as Stu said on last week's show, if you happen to be driving or working, maybe it wouldn't be the best idea. But I don't know. Then listen to it when you're allowed to drink. This is the best time to do it. So here it is, Labor Day weekend. And it's funny as I just told you, I asked Stu, what are you working tomorrow? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you work on Labor Day? He's like, oh my God, I forgot it's Labor Day tomorrow. I just saw it just opened up your eyes and you just
yes,
thrilled that you didn't have to work tomorrow.
Short week.
Yeah. I think that's only happened to me once where it's like when you have that late night of drinking.
I knew about it like yesterday and earlier. I just forgot about it today. I woke up and I was like, it's Sunday.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I work tomorrow.
I've had those nights of just drinking too much, and then it's like in the morning, you're like, oh shit, I gotta work, gotta get up and shit, and then you're like, wait a minute, it's fucking Saturday. And you're just so relieved, like, yes, just lay back down, So I've had that before, but, I feel like if I didn't say anything, you would have got up tomorrow and drove to work and like, why won't they let me in? What the fuck's going on here?
I don't think it would have went that far. I would have realized eventually.
Yeah, well,
once I wake up a little bit more.
Well, in honor of Labor Day, I was actually looking online to see what it's like a special drink or shot or liquor we can do, and I came across something that I actually forgot the name of it, but it was a mixture of a ginger beer and rum and some other thing called bitter or something weird.
Bitters?
Bitters, yes.
Yeah, I got bitters in there. Does this drink need bitters?
I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Oh, my dad's got bitters.
Well, if you want to try, let me get to that point.
Right.
So what happened was, when I saw ginger,
you put it in a Manhattan.
Yeah, when I saw ginger and rum, I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds a lot like a dark and stormy, which it is. It's all this ginger, rum, and ice and the lime. So I went to the store yesterday to get some rum, but what I failed to realize is it's called dark and stormy for a reason, because it's dark rum, and I got this goddamn spice rum, and I realized, I'm like, oh damn it, that's the wrong one. But let's just call this drink I made for Stu a spice and stormy instead. So what do you think of it? Just gave Stu's a little bit. He said it's pretty good, but it probably could use some of that bitters that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want me to tell everybody what's going on? What album we're gonna review while you get some bitter, or are you all right?
No, I'll pass on the bitters. I'll drink it how it is.
Cool. So today's show we're gonna be reviewing the latest album from Miley Cyrus. Yay. As well as the latest from the Weeknd.
Woo!
And we'll be reviewing the latest from the, I guess, her metalcore band, Miss May I. And I want to get into like one of the questions I have about Labor Day, Stu, what we talked about earlier, is why do they call it Labor Day if you're not supposed to labor on that day?
Why do you park on a driveway and drive on the parkway?
Oh, as you can see, we got our guest host Jerry Seinfeld here too. Jerry, why is it called Labor Day when we're not laboring?
Why does your nose
Smell
and your
run?
why do your feet smell and your nose run?
You messed that joke up, but okay. So you don't have the answer to that, you're saying? I just was thinking, this is those weird hypothetical things I think of all the time. I'm like, wow, why do they call it that? It's kind of weird. You have nothing for me? Little John might have something to say.
No, nothing about a Labor Day.
Little John, why do they call it Labor Day? That's the answer he has right there. Doesn't matter why they call it that. Who cares why they call it Labor Day as long as you're just getting drunk? Which is one of the many holidays reasons you do it. So, let's do a shot to having a successful show, even though we're drinking rum straight up. Just like Captain whatever Jack.
It is spice
Captain
rum,
Jack Sparrow would be proud of us.
I'd imagine like Bacardi like 151 straight up would probably grow some hair on your chest.
That will be next time show. Next show we'll do that.
Cough up flames.
I'm sick of this smooth chest I have, you know. I like getting like shit stuck in between my chest like cotton ball hairs and shit like that. Another drink. Ugh. Could use some soda. Yep. Our first time drinking rum might be our last too, just judging by your face.
Oh my god. Hold on, let me chase it with a rum beverage.
All part of my diabolical plan that gets Stu so wasted.
Yeah, Little John better keep his mouth shut.
You heard me, Little John. Just keep it easy. He wants to say quiet. All right, good. Actually, I'm kind of sad today. I want to talk to you about...
Yeah, don't drink that straight up. Oh, what are you sad about?
The passing of a great director. You heard about that this week?
No.
Well, it brings me great tragedy to let you know that Wes Craven passed away from like a brain aneurysm or brain cancer. Brain cancer this week.
Yeah, I didn't think he was even that. Well, brain cancer or brain aneurysm?
No, it was a brain tumor, something like that.
A tumor?
Yeah. He kept it on the DL, and he just died like this week. And
yeah, there was probably no operation that could have saved him.
It's one of those situations where I realized to myself, I look at his back catalog, that I haven't seen many of his movies, but one of my favorite one of the things I'm gonna do this year, this Halloween, I gotta catch up on those Elm Street movies because I've only seen the one where it was a New Nightmare like 20 years ago, and I don't remember a goddamn thing about that movie except I guess Freddy Krueger was in it, and I saw Freddy vs. Jason, which obviously is a big pile of shit as well, and I also saw this one Friday the 13th. This one Nightmare on Elm Street. Want to get it right. Where they were in some mental hospital, these kids or everything like that. Are you familiar with the movies at all, Stu?
That sounds like a plot I've never heard of in a horror movie.
Well, they're in a hospital. There's like these kids in the hospital, right? And the only thing I remember is they made one kid who they thought he had like the sleepwalking issue.
Uh-huh.
So like Freddy was able to like wake him up from his dream or whatever, and like make his veins like come out, like make him like a marionette and have him walking down the halls, like, and everyone's like, he's sleepwalking, like, what's he doing? Wake up, and he gets on like the outside on like maybe like the 18th floor or whatever like that, and then looks up in the clouds and he's like, oh, what's going on? He sees Freddy up in the clouds, like holding him like as if like a puppet master or whatever, and he takes his like hand and like cuts his veins.
Is that the one where they try to like raid like the drug cabinet for drugs that keep him awake and shit?
Maybe. They cut him and he falls. So that's the only scene I remember in that movie.
Actually, that might have been a plot in more than one of the movies.
Yeah. Basically, you can't go to sleep.
Stay awake.
You're not a fan of Wes Craven or those movies that you're saying?
No, I am. Nightmare on Elm Street, not so much though.
No. One of the movies I saw like a couple years ago that was really fucked up. His first movie. You know what his first movie was?
What?
You can't even guess. Okay. The first movie he did was The Last House on the Left.
Last House on the Left.
Yeah.
I never even heard of it.
It's like from the 70s. Basically, these girls go trick or treating or something like that, and he's got his family like kidnaps him, brings him in the woods, and makes them go down on each other, and like rapes them and stuff like that. And then there's like all these other weird 70s like fucked up things happening in it. And they remade the movie like a couple of years ago, and it's terrible because it's so politically correct nowadays. They can't like even touch it. But yeah, that was probably the most disturbing movie I've seen by him. I mean, the Scream movies, obviously, I know you've seen, are a little more tame, and that's when he became more of like a joke, I guess. Like Wes Craven's, like maybe more like a comedy horror thing he was trying to do.
Oh yeah.
So, what's your favorite movie by him? If I'm naming like all these 3 different franchises, I can only think of.
Yeah, the Scream movies is pretty good.
Scream movies. I didn't go past 2 though.
I thought they were a good '90s staple.
What's your favorite Scream movie then?
Probably 2.
2? Okay. The thing I hated about 2, spoiler everyone out there, is with the first one, when they reveal who's behind it all, you're like, oh, I should have known. So then you're looking for that person in the second one, and it's so obvious who it is, and it turns out to be that person. But they have a second killer that you never would have guessed who it was. And I just watched the movie last Halloween. It's kind of corny nowadays when you look back on it, but like you said earlier, it was the 90s.
I have one to add. Since you're talking about movies,
by Wes Craven.
Not about Wes Craven.
You're going off topic now. Okay.
Yes, because something epic that has come up.
Okay.
We have discussed Evil Dead in the past.
Okay.
So since we've discussed it, there's a TV series with Ash from Evil Dead called Ash versus Evil Dead coming out.
Yeah, on Stars. I saw that trailer. Yes. It looks pretty awesome. Yes. That's kind of one of the moments in my life when you see something like, man, I should really get cable just for that one fucking show. Yeah. But I probably won't.
Oh.
But you
don't have cable right now anymore?
I don't have that kind of cable, like Stars, HBO, and Cinemax, and all that shit. Okay. I don't have that. But I'm not about to call my cable provider and get one channel just for that show. So I'll just figure out a way to watch it somehow. But I'll
DVR it for you.
So you like who directs that shit? That Army of Darkness kind of shit. I forgot who does that. But he's a good
Ash Williams. Hold on.
I know everyone out there listening is screaming the guy's name. I just don't remember.
Originally produced. I know.
Well, I don't know.
Wait.
I meant like the first one.
Well, this is created by. Wasn't it Bruce Campbell?
Yeah, he's Ash, but I'm talking about who directs the.
Created by Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi, that's it. Yeah, thank you, Stu.
And Bruce Campbell.
Sam Raimi, he does some pretty good. He does some pretty good horror movies, but like back to Wes Craven real quick. What's kind of funny is there's a movie if you wanna watch real quick. The lady from Goonies, the Mrs. The Fratelli lady.
Yo, throw mama from the train?
Yes. She's in a Wes Craven movie with Christy Swanson. If you want to look that up on Google, if you type in Christy Swanson, I forget the name of the movie, like Basketball, and the lady from Goonies. Maybe if you type that in Google, it might come up better than
Christy Swanson and what was it?
Basketball. Say that because it's about a basketball. But I want to just.
Oh, it came up. Christy Swanson basketball.
Where are you at on YouTube?
A Deadly Friend?
Yeah, that's it. Deadly Friend Basketball. You should type that into group.
I see images.
No, watch the clip. It's fucking. It was funny as people were talking about it, and I forgot all about that movie after Wes Craven died. And when I talked about the clip,
you want YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'll tell everyone about it while you're talking about it. So there's a movie called Deadly Friend where Christy Swanson apparently is a robot or something like that. And as a kid from the '80s, you're flipping through the channels on cable and everything like that. You come across movies like that. And the only thing I remember is this scene that Stu's about to watch where Christy Swanson has like attacks the old lady from Throw Mama from the Train. And she has like a basketball and she flings it at this lady's head. And her shit just explodes all over the wall. And what's funny is like after her head explodes on the wall, her body is just walking all around like as if humans are like bugs or anything like that, and they can still move without their heads. His body walking around and falls over. It's taking a long time to find this clip, man.
No, it's because I messed up once. Hold
on.
Now I've got it.
But it's fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah. All I see is Death by Basketball.
Sure, yeah, just play that one.
That's part of it.
It's only 30 seconds. You should be watching on the whole thing.
All right, yeah, I see a basketball.
I'm looking for the bottle opener while you do that.
Damn,
yeah, that's it.
Damn kids. They're basketballs. Oh, they're... Oh, kicking some ass. And, Mama's scared. Oh, basketball explodes her head. Oh, my God. Can you throw a basketball that hard to make somebody's head explode?
If you're a robot, yeah, you can.
I like... Oh, she's a robot?
Yeah, Chris Swanson's a robot.
Oh, I like the little shake at the end. There could have been a little, like diarrhea shootout, too.
Yeah, if your head comes off, explodes, I guess you'll shit your pants immediately. But what's funny is, what was she screaming at? Because she's just looking at her and she's screaming. Like, what are you scared of? Just move. That's first of all. Second of all,
basketball.
And then the second,
like she knew her head was going to explode if it gets hit by a basketball.
Yeah. It was like, and then if you watch the body like move, like, you can tell there's like a midget or somebody like is working the body like to make it look like it was headless when it fell over. But it's just like that practical effects shit from the 80s is so bad, but I really miss it compared to CGI nowadays, because at least that looks fake too. But it looks more believable.
It is real blood. I mean, it looks like a
they
fake
really
act, but the blood looks
Where's
real.
My bottle opener? Did I take it? Oh yeah, it's in my pocket the whole time. I guess I had too much in it. Little John, what's your favorite movie by Wes Craven?
Little John's calling for a recall, though. Little John says, I'm talking to Little John.
It's okay.
Is he not talking about shots?
Yeah, he said his favorite movie is
right.
Shots, so let's pour some more shots.
We could pull a retro to last week and drink some Macaulay's vanilla schnapps instead.
No.
Schnapps?
We'll just pour half ones. Maybe that will help.
Just a tiny bit. Yeah.
That good? Okay.
Yeah, I'm drinking schnapps after this.
Okay.
Let's see. I can't drink it straight up.
All right. So we got a toast to a great, amazing director. Even though we haven't seen many of his films, but you will surely be missed. This goes out to you, Wes Craven. Actually, if you make them smaller, it's not so bad. You know, I think you're onto something.
Yeah, it isn't as bad it was like a half shot.
Yeah. I think we need to get drunk a lot though in the coming years, because the other thing that happened in the news, did you hear? Your boy Kanye West.
What did Kanye West do now?
You didn't watch the Video Music Awards last Sunday? I guess because we're not actually 15 years old.
Actually, I watched. I saw Miley Cyrus at the end.
Okay, so before that, they gave this motherfucker. They gave this motherfucker the Video Vanguard Award, basically because he's gonna run up on stage anyway, so they might as well give him an award, so he'll have a reason to be up there. So it's like
Beyonce deserved it.
Yeah, he goes up there and he's like, "I'm feeling you, huh?" And he's like, Miley, he's like, Taylor Swift, I'm really sorry. In my mind, I was thinking about other things, huh? And I'm up here, I'm smoking weed, I'm just high, man. And this is really an honor for me.
He said that he was smoking weed.
They were talking about weed the whole fucking show. I'll get on that in a second, but he was stoned out of his mind. He goes there. He does a 10-minute acceptance speech, just randomly about Taylor Swift and telling people speak for the kids. The kids are our future, man. We gotta do something, huh? We gotta do something for the children. We gotta elevate ourselves. We gotta elevate our mind, huh? And do this, huh? And it's and then he says all this shit is 10 minutes long. So if you ever want to watch it on your own time, do that. And at the end of the whole thing, he says, in case you can tell, in 2020, I'm running for president, and drops the fucking mic and walks out. And it's like, how are we supposed to know that's what you're gonna fucking say?
Oh, why did he drop the mic?
Yeah, he dropped it.
Well, he wanted to squeal. You know the mixing. The guy mixing was like, volume duck when the mic falls.
No, but
squeer.
Not only do
it blowing out people's ears.
Obviously, I think that's just a ranting of a delusional, egocentric man that's bullshitting. But honestly, let's say this guy does run for president,
and after that, I'm taking on God.
Who do you think his running mate will be?
I don't know.
Taylor Swift, maybe. I'm just saying,
Beyonce.
Because Beyonce's the greatest vice president of all time, huh? No, it's just with him and Trump, running. What if it comes down to just those two? Who would you pick? Or would you just put a gun in your mouth and this world is fucked already? What's the point? I don't know, man. It's just you're just so shocked that he's doing this, huh? You might as well have another drink for that.
He's not really running for president. Well, Trump is, which was just as weird.
Yeah, but it feels like Kanye. Not only he looked like a lot fatter on stage.
I'm gonna turn this nation into one giant casino.
Yeah, maybe.
You'll never be able to find your car. You will lose all of your money.
Just make sure there's no Mexicans around whatsoever. That's all he'll say. Because he's against immigration and all that shit. I don't know, Kanye, man. Kanye, you need to sit the fuck down. You're killing me with all this. I need to be in the spotlight all the fucking time. And they give him an opportunity to just... Like, usually they'll play a person off, but they knew that it wouldn't have mattered.
They should have seated him way in the back, so he had to. If for some reason he was going to run up on stage,
they
would have plenty of time to like stop him, and it would be like instead they would cut cameras to him like halfway running through the audience, like trying to jump over people and shit.
Yeah, he still would get attention though when the cameras like look at him though. He'll be on the news next day anyway. He loves the fame.
Kanye tried to. Tried to get on stage, but failed due to the fact that his seat was all the way in the back.
All those Kardashians are the same way as him, man. I want it to be on people's minds and on people's topic all the time. And he's the same way. That's why he's with that family, just busting out kids left and right and gaining weight. Like I noticed, he's getting bigger. Like he's just got this like big like T-shirt like this. He didn't even dress up for the awards, but it's a fucking MTV award, so who gives a shit?
I thought it was MTV.
Yeah, the Video Music Awards every year. Like, the thing that got me pissed about the thing, like, a few years back...
It wasn't on MTV, though.
Yeah, it's on MTV.
Oh, it was on MTV?
It's the MTV Awards. Where else would they show it?
On
AMC?
MTV? No, I think I saw... I could have swore I was watching Comedy Central.
It is kind of a joke when you think about it. So maybe this might as well be on that channel. No, it's MTV. I didn't know it was on. I just happened to turn it on, and then they had Miley on there doing some shit, and then the show started, and they had all these people that are on the show, and a lot of people I never heard of, and then I knew he was coming out for that, so I didn't watch it. The next morning, it was all over the news, which is exactly what he wanted, and then they put that whole "I'm running for president" thing and then they're running with that story as clickbait all over the internet. I'm surprised you didn't know he's running for president. 2000.
He's not really running for president.
Yeah, probably not, but. Let's just pray that he's not. You want to get into some news for Stu's Views?
Sure.
For Stu's Views! Stu's Views!
Stu's Views!
Yes. Like I said before in the beginning of the show, we do our topics in the news. And these are actually like interesting stories that I'm going to talk about, not unlike the ones I just mentioned. And I call it Stu's Views because I give Stu what's going on, and he gives us his obscure... weird, wacky opinion of what's going on. Skewed. Stu's skewed. All right, first story up is a double story here. I want to ask two stories, and then I'm going to ask your opinion of it. Being that Stu is the owner of I would say like a 2002 Nokia phone. Maybe? What? I don't know. I don't know what kind of phone you have, but let's just say it's on that level. Stu is still living in
it. It doesn't flip open.
Okay. Just if it flipped open, it would be an upgrade for you.
Okay. I'm trying to hold out as long as I possibly can with getting a smartphone. I love computers. I love programming. I love everything like that, but I don't know. I'm just I'm scared of having a smartphone. I might be glued to it, and then I'm going to be annoying as those other people that annoy me.
You could actually do worse things, which is the story I'm going to bring you. This is two stories of people that I think should have a phone like Stu does.
And I'll probably be looking at it in the car while I'm driving, and oh, man.
Awesome. Just segues to our first story. Story number one, which I got from the WCSH6.com. A man takes selfie while driving and crashes in the tree. This happened in Orient, Maine.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh.
Maine State Police said a driver attempted to take a selfie causing a car crash that left multiple people injured. The crash happened Saturday on Deering Lake Road in Oreton, which is a place in Maine. I never heard of it, but police said 29-year-old Jordan Toner was driving with 7 passengers when he leaned over to join a photo.
7 passengers? What the hell was he driving?
Probably an SUV. Yeah, it's the photo right there.
You could fit 7 people in an SUV?
Mm-hmm.
He was loaded.
Yes. Loaded with stupidity. So he leaned over to take a photo, ran off the road, and crashed into a tree. Among the people injured were 2 females sitting in the front seat. Authorities said one of them suffered a fractured nose and cut above her eye, while the other sustained neck and possibly back injuries. They were transported to Holton Regional Hospital. Sergeant Chadwick Fuller said neither of the women were wearing seatbelts. 2 male passengers also suffered injuries, including cuts near their eyes and back. Toner was summoned for failing to maintain control of the motor vehicle due to being distracted. So originally I thought he was driving and took a selfie, but when I read this, it's just like, I'm imagining they're like, the 2 girls are like, come on, take a selfie, take a selfie. He's like, okay. And he leans over, geez, oh shit, boom.
That's not what happened?
That's what happened, I think.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he said that he leaned over for it. So obviously those 2 bitches in the front seat are what made him do it. And then another story with selfies going horribly wrong. It says, note to self, I got this from the NBCnews.com. It says, don't text nude selfies to HR manager. So shortly after being offered a job, an Illinois man texts 2 nude selfies, apparently accidentally, to the human resources manager that was interested in hiring him. The Chicago Tribune, which first reported the incident, said the man later called the St. Charles, Illinois company to follow up on his job offer. The HR manager then recognized the number matched the one that sent the pitch. The HR manager then recognized the number matched the one that sent the pictures. An Elmhurst police incident report said the man admitted to sending photographs, explained they were actually meant for another individual and were sent to the victim in error.
Oh, were they nude?
Yes.
Oh.
The HR manager did not press any charges, but police instructed the man to no longer contact her. And the Tribune said the man's job offer was retracted.
Yes, don't send dick pics to your future employer.
Yes. So my question
Word
I
of
have
advice.
to you, Stu, after these 2 stories here, do you think there should be a stupidity background check before buying a cell phone?
A stupidity background check? Yeah, I don't know.
Is that why you don't buy a cell phone like that? Because you feel like
'Cause
you'll
I
be
know
tempted
I'm-
to do something like that? Because you're always sending dick pics to me by accident, right?
Maybe. No, I am not.
Well, why don't you?
I know I'll be slightly irresponsible with it. Yeah. I know how I am with technology.
Yes. All right. So what do you think of, like, compared to guns? Should they do the same thing? You go to AT&T and you have to, like, do a quiz. Like, if your phone rings while you're driving, what
like
would you do?
A psychology test? I know. You can always lie your way through those, though.
Well, I guess, yeah. Or if they have a way to check on stupid things you've done in the past, and they link it to, like, you owning a cell phone, you're not responsible enough to do it, maybe. You have to have, like, a criminal record or some kind of record maybe they should do.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Yeah, I don't know how you could get that to work. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next story since you don't have...
people are banning those selfie sticks everywhere, though.
Why?
The
They're
selfie
forcing us
sticks.
to use our own arms? This is bullshit.
Yeah.
How much longer can my arm get?
Well, they can't ban your arm. But no,
Not yet, anyway.
Walt Disney World banned selfie sticks.
But why? Are people beating each other over the head?
No,
with them?
I think people are going on like I think Six Flags banned them too. People are going on roller coasters and stuff like that with the selfie sticks, trying to get like their own pictures so they don't have to pay.
Right.
And then like roller coasters like taking out phones and like phones are flying and people are getting hit with phones.
Okay, so they're not doing it to save lives. They're doing it to like make you pay for things. Basically, like not letting let's bring a bottle of water into like a concert. They don't care.
No.
About
I don't
that.
think
They just want to save money.
No, I think they're actually. No, I think it's to save people from getting hurt and losing their phones, and then like, oh, I'm gonna try to find my phone, and then they like,
walk under the thing,
walk under the thing and die. That happened. That happened like the other week. Somebody went underneath a roller coaster and got hit by it, trying to get his phone back.
Where?
Yeah,
I never hear that. Oh, I don't check that
I'd
kind
have
of stuff.
to look it up.
Yeah, it's no
take
big
too
deal.
long. It happened. It was like the other week. Somebody died from it.
Jesus Christ, man! You think you just asked the operator to stop the ride just for you while you search for your phone?
No, well, they asked him to go away, otherwise he's going to be kicked out of the park, and he jumped the fence and went in there.
See, another example. If he had a brick phone like you do, He wouldn't even care.
Oh yeah. He would have been like,
Right, whatever. We get one of those prepaid phones or whatever. Just because I'm too stupid to own
my shit is
actual.
disposable. I don't have to worry.
That's
My computer, on the other hand, ends up being that much more valuable. You know.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Want to go to the next story, man?
Next story.
We don't actually have an answer for you guys out there what to do, but don't do selfies while you drive. That should be the commercials, I think.
Yeah.
They should have commercials. Don't. If you have a dick pic or whatever, make sure you check the phone number twice before you send it.
I mean, the best thing is to have one of them stereos that does everything. Like, it'll read your text messages for you and, like, all that shit.
I'm talking about if you want to take a picture of yourself. You know,
I know, but you shouldn't be using your phone at all. You shouldn't even be touching your phone when you're driving.
People don't even, like, use phones to talk on the phone anymore. They use it to take pictures of themselves and type what they're exactly thinking and surf the web.
Okay.
So,
fine. Which
all three things apparently you can't do with your old ass phone.
I probably could. It's just impossible to read. A little tiny, like 1-inch screen.
I'm about to increase your sex like right now in this next story. Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
So we're gonna go. This story I got. He's like, I'm ready. From I want to say it's the World News, but I actually I didn't get the exact source of this one. But inside the city of sex, where men have 3 girlfriends because there are so many women.
Where is this?
He's interested now.
Okay. Is this Seattle?
You're way off.
I'm way off?
Yes. So start packing your bags now because I'm about to tell you where it is.
I know Seattle's a very young city.
Yeah, a very rainy city too, but
yeah.
It's not there. Monogamy is a cornerstone of our society, but one global city is bucking the trend with so many women living there that most men have 2 or 3 girlfriends. Are you ready to hear where it is? Donggun, which is in South China, is known for producing popular electronics such as iPhones and iPads, and also acts as the Chinese capital of sex.
Wow.
Now, thanks to the one-child policy, which operated in China for many years, the country has a massive gender imbalance with millions more men than women in the country.
Millions more men?
Yes. Let me go on. Local factories running assembly plants prefer not to use men as they find them unreliable and instead offer work mainly to women. This means the city has many more women than men, with the men taking odd jobs and casual work, leaving them with plenty of time on their hands. Stu, where'd you go?
What?
Stu? Oh,
what?
I thought you ran away.
No, they do
I
that.
thought you literally were leaving
I'm not.
to fly out there right now.
That's not. They don't just do that in China. They do that here too with electronics. They hire all women. I'm telling you, I worked at an electronics place. I did soldering on, and 90% of all of the board stuffers, which were the ones that put the components into the PCBs.
Yeah.
All women. All middle-aged women.
So that is perfect then. You don't have to actually leave the country. You can just find a city that will do that here. But let me go on.
Just got to work at an electronics factory?
Yeah. That's the solution.
Yeah, they were all ugly, though. It didn't work.
Well,
so you can have tons of women. So that means you have 3 hideous-looking girlfriends.
Well, I guess then you have to go to China because these Asians are not ugly in these pictures I'm looking at. And that means time for more than one girlfriend. Some admit they have 2 or 3 permanent girlfriends at a time. One man told local TV it's a lot easier here to find a girlfriend than a job, which is completely the antithesis of being an American, because apparently what Stu has told me many times is you can't find a girlfriend without a job, but apparently you can find a girlfriend without a job out there. You have to have one to get the other, but this one you can have one and not the other. But the few men who do have jobs at a factory are in an even better position when it comes to finding a girlfriend, because most of the women end up spending long hours at work in the production line. That means they look for love in many places, and the main place for them to find consolation is from within the company. The disproportionate number of women
there you go
has recently led to Donggunan, let's say Donggunan
style.
Yeah. Being branded the capital of sex, with many women still willingly and knowingly involving themselves in a relationship with men who already have other partners.
So they could get some penis.
Li Bing, a migrant factory worker, says, I have 3 girlfriends, and all of them know about each other. Many of my friends also have many girlfriends. He added, there are so many young and I always want to say naive, but the word is, there's so many young and
ain't
naive. That sounds kind of like a backhanded compliment. All right, I'll read it like you said. He added, there are so many young and naive female workers in the city. Why not have more than one if you can? Look, everyone is here to have fun. If you don't do it, others will. Let me get the last page here. It's really short. So another guy, his name is A. Yi, also a native, said he went to Donggun to find a wife as the dowry alone in his hometown would cost 3,000 yen. I would say that's what the symbol for yen. He said
with that little Y thing.
No, it's like a weird looking E.
Weird looking E? No, that ain't a yen.
What does it mean?
Where is it?
3,000.
That's pounds.
Pounds? They use pounds out there?
No,
right.
They don't use pounds, but I guess they did. The
wherever
conversion.
he was in his hometown.
Are you reading? What is that? The BBC News? Where'd you get this?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
I got it from the mirror.uk. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. It's in pounds.
Okay, so he says there are plenty of women in this city, and they don't want any money. They just want a man. A.E. currently unemployed said he now has a girlfriend who pays his bills. According to the Guangdong Women's Rights and Information Service, the women in this town pretend not to know about other partners or simply ignore their existence. Some of them are even colleagues in the same factory, but they prefer their arrangement as it is better than being lonely, the women's rights group said. Most of the women in Donggun will eventually return home to get married. The thought is that their lifestyle is the bustling capital of sex is their lifestyle in the bustling capital of sex is temporary and simply a necessary evil.
Eyes wide, Dungong.
So, Stu, you said that you want to move out there, but you're saying there's a possibility that can happen here.
Yeah, it is a possibility that could happen here. Yeah. So who's to say? What is the male to female ratio in Silicon Valley?
Let's say I'll just guess 3-1. I don't know.
But see, I would say Silicon Valley in the 80s and 90s was probably mostly women then.
Uh-huh.
For the factory workers to be doing all the assembly and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the engineers. Engineers probably male and female, probably even mix.
So, as someone who's living a single life right now, does this sound like a prosperous thing for you if you were be unemployed and just banging 3 girls at once and they all knew about each other? Would that be the life for you?
Yeah, that would be pretty nice. Yeah, there is more to life than banging, though.
Yes, there's also having someone pay your bills.
Yeah, there's banging 3 girls.
It's more to life than banging 1 girl. It's banging 3 girls.
Yeah,
yes.
no, that would be pretty nice. Yeah.
Yes.
I would feel very spoiled.
Yes. You know, I have something to say about this still too, right?
What?
Stu's cowarding out. Stu ran away. He's a coward. He's afraid of the rum. He's bringing out last week's drink, which I think I might have one later.
I have last week's liquor still.
You know what? I'm gonna have one of those later.
You're gonna have one of these later? All right. You can drink your straight up Captain Morgan spice rum.
Which is
at least it's cold. If it was warm, then I would say, "What the fuck are you doing?" But it's cold, and it's liquor.
What is the slogan for this? I was gonna do a plug, but I guess I don't know the slogan. It's not "Stay Thirsty." It's something weird.
No, it's alive with pleasure.
And inebriated.
No, that's Newport.
Yeah. Alive and unconscious.
Oh, little captain in you.
Yes,
You
everyone
got
needs a little captain in you.
Everybody needs a little captain in you. Yeah.
Okay.
With the knee up.
Yes. A little like yeah. All right, you want to pour your drink? We got to do a toast to like hopefully having a plethora of women pouring into this town.
I was suggested also
many factories.
Since we did talk about Dr. McGillicuddy's last week, I was suggested to get the root beer. That it's a lot better than the vanilla.
Okay, that could be our next show then. And if you don't want to do the
we can find
Bacardi,
have good luck trying to find it.
Yeah,
we have to go to the king of bottles to maybe.
Yeah, well, that's so far from here,
for
being in the same town and all.
Yeah, but I don't even know if they'd have it.
Doesn't hurt to try, man. I mean, you can always look it up online and then call every place instead of driving to it. That's the beauty of having a phone with a computer on it.
Dude, I'll just go to my house and use my computer.
Yeah, you could do that too.
All right. Down the hatch.
Down the hatch. Now I'm hoping to be doing more shots next week because me and my wife are
so much tastier.
Me and my wife are actually going to be in Atlantic City celebrating our 2nd year anniversary. So that's why I pulled this last story, which is actually a few weeks old. But I figured it's perfect to read now since we'll actually be in the same city where this took place. And I got this story from. Say it, Stu.
Huffington Post.
That's right. That's where I get all my weird news from. A man clogs casino pipes with counterfeit chips worth $2.7 million. This happened in Atlantic City, where I'll be next week. A North Carolina man has admitted bringing millions of dollars in counterfeit poker chips to use.
Oh yeah, he got caught trying to flush it down the toilet.
Yeah, I'm reading that. The scheme was uncovered after the man clogged a pipe by flushing the chips down a toilet in his hotel room, like Stu said. Prosecutors said 43-year-old Christian Lasardi of Fayetteville, North Carolina, pleaded guilty to trademark counterfeiting and criminal mischief. Officials believe he tried to flush the chips because he feared the scheme would be exposed.
When it wasn't?
Which they never explained that. Under terms of a plea agreement, Lasardi will be sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Oh, he fucked himself.
Right.
He was getting away with it, and he got paranoid.
That's what you think happened?
Oh, my God. Let me see that picture of him. Is that a picture of him?
Yeah. He looks like an idiot. And he's got the mullet, too, so he's definitely from around here.
Dude. He looks like he's got the eyebrow in his right eye like I had in the 90s.
So obviously North Carolina is way behind us when it comes to decades.
Can't believe he made his own chips. Wow.
So it's worse than 5 years. He will be required to pay the Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Oh, and it was the Borgata.
He had to pay them $463,540 for the revenue that it lost when it canceled the 2014 tournament after discovering the fake chips. He'll also owe Harris.
Oh, you went to Harris too?
That's where he was checked in. He has to pay them $9,455 for damaging the pipes.
Oh, so he was He was doing the chips at Borgata, but he was staying at Harris.
So he was kind of smart by not doing it in the same place he was sleeping.
Yep. You know what?
But
that's what I did when I went to Atlantic City.
Really, you flushed chips on the toilet?
No. I went to Tropicana and I stayed at Tropicana, but the whole time we went to Borgata.
Yeah.
Borgata's it's nice.
It is nice.
I like Borgata.
But they'll fuck you over if you fuck them over. Apparently.
Yeah.
They had to cancel their tournament, so they're like, you know what? You fucked our tournament up. You got to pay us for that.
They had some. Good,
in addition to being in prison for 5 years.
They had some good comedy shows, and the gambling was pretty good.
I'm actually wondering how, if I think I'm gonna stay legit next week when I'm there. I'm not gonna pull any shit like this, but why the fuck would you flush them down the toilet? There's no other way to dispose of fake chips.
You know how you dispose of them? You go and get money for them.
Okay.
You take your chips and you cash them in. You go, and you cash them in.
But won't they realize they're fake though?
Nope.
Oh, well, obviously, I don't know.
Not if they look real.
Yeah. So why go through all this and then
somebody has to make the chips?
He probably was stoned or some shit and then start.
The only thing you know what they're probably gonna do in the future is put those little dog tracking devices.
No, they have tracking devices in dogs inside the dog's belly and shit.
No, it's it's a little glass cylinder that they put under the skin that you could wave a scanner and it gives a number to the dog.
Okay.
No, eventually they'll end up putting a small chip like that in all of these casino chips, and each chip will have its own number,
Right.
like money.
Uh-huh.
You know how money has like the serial number or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can't fake it.
Okay. Well,
Maybe
that could work.
Maybe
yeah.
it'll work.
Or you could just not freak out if you have a plan. He was right there at the end and just like
he had
panicked.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
I don't.
Yeah.
He probably got, like I said earlier, he probably got stoned or something and just started like thinking of this shit.
Stoned, huh? He must
start
have been tripping.
out. Yeah, maybe. Which you don't want to go to casinos tripping.
Yeah,
we learned from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's not a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, you want to get into some album reviews now? All right. All right, now it's time to get into the album reviews. Before that, I have a little shot to hopefully we don't get mad at each other. We have a good, clean battle. If we disagree on anything, as well as if we agree on things, it's good too.
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry, a bad toast. I
don't think we'll be that far off.
All right, let's see how it goes.
Oh, you're doing that.
Clink the glass.
You're doing that sneaky Miley Cyrus. I don't even want to clink the glass. You're doing some sneaky shit. All right, fine.
All right. Fuck Miley Cyrus. Let me get this out right now. This fucking attention whore.
All right. Stop.
Went to the VMAs last week as a host, and when she wasn't like promoting marijuana, how she's like, "Oh my god, everyone take a selfie. 1, 2, 3, say marijuana. Cheese, marijuana. I'm so high." She was spending the whole time fucking cursing up a storm on that and having these awful bits.
Go easy
here and there. What's weird about her is like she talks about weed like she's fucking 14 and she's 22 years old. 22 years old.
She's only 22.
She's only 22. Yes.
I thought she was older than that. I mean,
she's 20 years old still. She's old enough.
She's already got like 2 personalities.
Yeah, well,
Hannah Montana.
Well, yeah, true.
She already made it through two personalities at 22.
She spends so much time trying to like make people see her and focus on her, and she's working on. She's doing a whole show basically like, look at me, pay attention to me. This is what I do. I don't care what you guys think. I like to smoke weed. I like to fuck anything I see, but pay attention to me. Don't judge me. It's like, I don't know. She stole twerking from the blacks, first of all, which pisses me off.
Okay, I give you that one. Then
I just want
to fucking. She wasn't even doing it like she started out. It was like a joke.
Yeah, and now everyone's
like,
oh my God,
now it's like
twerking.
real. Now it's like Miley Cyrus really twerking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was more of like a joke at first, but then it got a little bit more vicious when people took it serious. Because she didn't have a big oily butt.
Fuck her.
She doesn't have some shit that you can oil up that would be like bunga, bunga, bunga. She doesn't have that.
I want to uppercut this girl in the jaw while her tongue is sticking out of her mouth.
All right.
And force her to twerk on a cactus. That's how much I fucking hate this bitch right now. And with that, during her VMA show, she secretly released her 5th album online. And this album actually is a collaboration with a psychedelic rock band called The Flaming Lips. And unlike her last album, Bangers...
Miley Cyrus, Her Dead Pets, is a collaboration with The Flaming Lips?
Yeah, I'm sorry for the fact that this album is called Miley Cyrus and Her Dead Pets, yes. So, unlike her last album, Bangers, she promises this one will have less computerized elements. So
bullshit.
So, of course, I just talked about that she has, on the VMAs, she was ranting about how much she loves weed.
I like electronic shit.
Weed, and she likes smoking and shit. And she wastes no time starting off with that, with the first, how much she smokes pot and doesn't give a fuck about anything. With the first lyrics of the song, Do It, the first song, she was like, yeah, I smoke pot. Yeah, I shoot meth. I don't give a fuck.
She said, I shoot meth?
What is? I guess. I
didn't hear I shoot meth.
I'm just guessing.
Maybe a little bump for a pick-me-up. Get through the night.
Maybe. I mean...
I'm about shooting.
I don't know. So Miley Cyrus and Wayne Cogney of the Flaming Lips say this before, like, the generic trap beat drops. However,
Yes.
this mess.
Oh, did I hear that word?
What?
Did I hear the magic word?
Trap?
Trap.
Yeah. So, however, this mess of a song is a lot of change-ups in the beat to make it interesting to say the least. And then the next song I want to talk about is a song called Karen Don't Be Sad. Like, who is Karen and why is she sad? They never explain that in the song.
A lot of this stuff is personal. Eating her pets, she's talking about her blowfish that died. And she's very upset about her
she writes a
blowfish.
song about a goddamn blowfish. What was the blowfish's name?
Okay,
Like,
she writes like a 16-year-old, and she's 22.
yeah, and she's like, and
So
she has
it's not that far off.
that song's like a piano song, and then
You got to give her a little bit of slack for that one.
so that last song.
Wait, what last song?
Not the last song. The song you just talked about. I mean, the
What,
blowfish
the
song.
Blowfish?
What the fuck's the blowfish called? Like, not Hootie, obviously.
No, it was like Pootie?
Pootie and the blowfish.
Pootie the Blowfish? Hold on, I'm looking.
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but
Wait, hold on, I almost got it. Right here. Pablo.
Pablo, the blowfish. She starts fucking crying in the song, like fake crying. And then at the end of the song, she hits all the piano keys at the end, and she's like, "Damn!" Which she does like twice on the. She ends the song with "Damn," like, what the fuck, man. And then the song I mentioned before, Karen, Don't Be Sad. I don't know what she's talking about. It's like a trans like ballad, and the song kind of showcases Miley's
Trance ballad?
Is that a word? Trans like ballad? Trans like it's kind of like it's not like
Transition?
like trans like dance music.
Trance.
Did I say trans?
You said trans.
Trance.
Okay, so with an E at the end.
Yes.
Oh, trance ballad? Nah, it wasn't trance. Trap.
It wasn't trap either. We have a disagreement on what trap is.
Do you want to look up the definition of trap?
Not right now. Maybe later.
Okay, maybe
You have
later.
to- you have to-
after the show?
You have to understand, Stu, that trap music is more of a hip hop thing nowadays. Not so much of the
Dude, she
dancing.
has a hip hop singer on here.
later. But we'll get to that in a second.
But no, trap is trap. Whether there's lyrics or not, it's trap.
No, I'm not talking about the lyrics. I'm talking about the music.
All right.
So like,
You're just pissed it's EDM, not hip hop. Or is it hip hop and not EDM? No, sorry.
who knows? Can I get back to the review,
All right.
please? Will that work with you?
Go on. Yeah.
I might actually like this album, even though I ranted about her earlier. The Floyd song is like a hippie 60s like type Flower Child song that's right up there with like the Flaming Lips alley. It's like, imagine if Miley Cyrus singing for the Flaming Lips instrumental. And that song is okay. And after a lengthy and extremely dull track called Something About Space Dude, she keeps the intergalactic theme going with another song called Space Boots. This song has more drug references while Miley phones in her emotions. And at least with this song, the music picks up the vibes a bit, but the repetitiveness gets old quick.
Drug references. Speaking of drug references,
Go ahead.
how about, where is it? So, like a pat of butter? Where is that one?
Slab of Butter.
Slab of butter. Do you have anything for?
I actually
slab
like
of
that
butter?
song because it features.
Now that is like, she's like, I can picture her like rolling, laying on top of like a bunch of people, like not melting, like fucking, or candy flipping, like tripping
Yeah.
on acid and
And
rolling at
ecstasy,
the same time, being like, I'm a pat of butter melting.
Like she just thinks of like a metaphor and just goes with it. Yeah, but I like this song because it has Sarah Barthol from Phanogram. She sings along too, and she has a very soulful voice, which raises a big complaint about how the album. I'll get to in a second, but at least her voice makes the song a little bit better. But I want to get back to the two songs I talked about earlier. The something about space dude and Space Boots. It's like at that moment of the album, she's trying to like be all like philosophical and like, wow, man, it's like, the lights and the colors, man, it's crazy. It's so generic. Don't fucking play the shitty music. I heard it enough.
All right.
I just think that music there is like at that point it's kind of like she's trying too hard to be like Jefferson Airplane, and she's not. No, she's no Grace Slick. I'll tell you that. She's trying to like be
She's
like
more Janis Joplin.
No, she's more like a girl that's doing drugs and trying to be like, philosophical and flower child like, and she's just pouring out generic
pick
bullshit.
up on a little flower child.
Yeah, that's what I said on the Floyd song. She's just like trying to like pull out in this like 60s
I think
vibe.
she's just trying to plur it up.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I'm smoke pot and all that shit." It's like, what the fuck? So what the fuck is she doing in the spoken word shit on the song BB Talk? From what I gather, Miley is pissed because some guy fucked her and then stopped talking to her. It would have been a nice dance pop song if we didn't have to listen to her bitch and moan sporadically throughout the song. And speaking of her being like a slut, the song "Bang Me Box" and the song "Bang Me Box," you can kind of guess what the song's about.
I know what a box is, so
It's actually a good funk tune.
Yeah, banger in the box.
Yeah.
I would bang her in the box though.
I really like the dominating bass guitar in that song. And Nymphomaniacs
so you
will
like
be able
things
to relate to Miley Cyrus' horniness too on this. But it's just too much.
She tried to go too grimy.
Yeah. I
think she went too grimy.
The stuff she talks about would make like Wesley Snipes like blush. And that guy's a black motherfucker.
It's just the way she did it because it's like, oh, I'm all sweet and innocent. I'm grimy as shit. Like,
she's just talking about guys just fucking her. That's all she's talking
her
about.
voice sounds all sweet and innocent, and then she's fucking saying grimy ass shit.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just
it doesn't mix that well.
It's contradictory.
Yeah,
yeah.
It doesn't mix that well.
What do you think of the song Cyrus Skies, which I thought sounded kind of like it would have been a good song for Amy Winehouse if she wasn't dead? Because that one's like a more adult contemporary song. And it's got like the orchestrated horns here and there, and plus Miley really belts down on that one. What'd you think of that one song? Why do you have to listen to the song? Just tell me what you think of it.
I need a quick refresher. I just need a few snippets.
Okay, good point. Yeah, this totally sounds like Adele or like what's her name? Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, it actually that does complement her voice a little bit better.
That's like actually a good point on the album. But the whole album, I'm seeing like
no. I'm telling you, there's one good track.
I'm gonna get to it. I know what you're gonna say. I'm gonna get to it. All right. But I noticed like halfway through this album, I feel like she's like using way too many effects for her vocals, and she sounds like she's like drugged.
It sounds too deep.
She sounds like a drugged up drunk bitch.
No, yeah, it sounds too deep. It's too deep.
So I guess the interlude track
sounds like too far away, like too
like they call it distant vocals.
Yeah, like it sounds like it's like vocals on Vertigo.
Yeah,
like just out there, like
she's like, I'm like not out like there, out man. I'm out there, man. It's just like we're just on the vibes, man. And so I thought she sounded like a drunk bitch, and I guess that's why they had the interlude track on there, "I'm So Drunk," which kind of explained the whole recording process to me.
Yeah, I thought, from what I'm so drunk. I thought she was like out saying that alcohol sucks.
No, I think she's flat out saying I like to drink and stuff. I actually got drunk and recorded this.
The song was so short, and it's just like I'm so drunk, I'm so drunk, and. Yeah, I was like, okay, you're so drunk, but all the other songs don't. It doesn't have a drunk vibe. It doesn't have the feel good, warm,
yeah,
drunkenness vibe that you would go with. Doesn't.
Yeah. Well, at least we can say this.
Except for one song.
We have to say this.
One
at
song's
least,
amazing.
At least she eventually dropped the vocal distortion and uses her natural voice for like the second half of the album. Like the song "Lighter," which features like
that was pretty good.
It fits like a quintessential like '80s like keyboard and drum machine. So imagine something like sounds like "Tears for Fears" or "Starship." But don't get me wrong, this song is a perfect soundtrack for a late night drive on a solo trip. It's not bad, but I
think most of this is really good for if you listen to way too much EDM. Like if you went to a rave and listened to like shit like for like. 20 hours straight, and you're sick of it, and you can't deal with any more EDM, then you would listen to this. It's kind of like the replacement to chill out. I mean, trap is like the evolution of chill out, because you used to have chill out music, and it's your relief from high energy.
All right,
go on.
Now before we get into the song that I know we both agree on, let's talk about the rap part you were talking about, the Big Sean that comes in for the song Tangerine. Like, it's basically, to me, sound like he was woken up from a deep sleep or from like a post weed session nap,
Oh my God, stink bug.
and leads
Nailed me in the eye.
the verse. Like the Big Sean's part, I'm not sure if he was intending to like mirror the theme of the song or if he just didn't want to do it, but that was pretty awful. Like this Big Sean part, he didn't like even wanted to be there. He had like this lazy like rap hook and or rap verse into it.
Oh yeah,
and it's like,
yeah, it is
do you even want to do this
lazy.
song? Like, why are you even here? And he's like, I'm just trying to mirror the song, man.
It's Miley
like,
Cyrus. I
whatever.
have to.
It's like whatever. I owe her a favor.
Yeah. Sounds like you sometimes when like before we're going somewhere like exciting, and you're like, yeah.
Wait, sound like me?
Yeah.
Oh, I sound like Big Sean?
Sometimes you should be excited and you're not.
Ow, I burned myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, you sound like Big Sean.
Well, thank you very much. I sound like Big Sean that doesn't give a fuck about being on this album. I appreciate it. Now, here we go. Stu, we're about to talk about the highlight of this album. Can we both agree we both love the song One Son?
Yes.
Yes!
Yeah,
Yay!
we agree.
It's in true hippie fashion, this is a song about unity and probably the most thought-provoking lyrics Miley Cyrus has ever written. What a fucking good song. What do you got to say about this?
Yeah, excellent
I
song.
can't say anything more about it. It's a beautiful song. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Should have just come out with just that song and nothing else. What the fuck? Butterflies are attacking you?
yeah, like that's like another.
I got attacked by a stink bug.
Butterflies, man, they're attacking us everywhere, man. It's crazy.
It's the butterflies.
All right. I'm gonna be my final opinion on this album. This album is way too fucking long. It's 90 fucking minutes, 23 tracks, and it's pretty much all over the place musically and lyrically, and it rarely has anything to say. Most of the first half is Miley promoting how much she loves drugs and getting fucked. But among this piece of shit, there are a few good, clean nuggets. So imagine you have this big, gigantic pile of bullshit, and somewhere in that bullshit is some decent, not great food, but just decent meals, like small nuggets of like grilled cheese sandwiches. 4 decent.
I don't know if I'd want to eat grilled cheese sandwiches that were buried in shit.
Exactly. So that means my opinion of this album is you should definitely skip it. I recommend no one waste their time or bandwidth downloading this whole half an hour of bullshit. Stu, what do you think?
I disagree. I think
What? Oh my god!
I think it has
like
its,
this?
I think it has its uses.
Where? Or what you said earlier?
Yeah, it does have its. It does have its uses.
How can you listen to an hour and a half?
It has to be only played at a specific moment of when it should be played.
When you want to torture people in prison? That's when you should put it. This should be playing at Guantanamo Bay right now. If that place ever opens up again.
Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, I know. I like the song One Son. That was a good song.
You can't say this album's good off for one song.
All right, but it has its. I would listen to it at a certain point.
You're gonna listen to this album? I'll never want to listen to this shit again.
Yeah, well, if I'm fucking strung out on a long fucking night and I just want something to listen to, like, yeah, this would probably do.
So you listen to this whole album again?
Not the whole album.
That's my point. We both agree. There's like four songs that are good.
It's really long.
Maybe if
well, that's why I give it a download it.
Oh my god, what? Stu, you gotta download this whole shit?
I'm not gonna download the whole shit. I'm gonna listen to it and download what I want.
Well, I'm gonna have to bypass your review here and say if you only like a few songs on it, then it's not worth owning the whole thing. So you have to say
it's not a
skip it.
download it? What is it?
Say it's a. You could say it's a skip it then.
That's not a skip it. Skip it would be not retaining anything.
So you think people should listen to some of the songs on it?
Yes.
Maybe how many songs out of 23?
I think it has a purpose.
How many songs on this album do you think are good out of 23 tracks?
I'm saying it sucks, but it has a purpose.
Just guess. How many songs out of 23 songs would you say are good out? Besides, you said one song,
like
two songs out of 23. Fuck that. You're saying you skipped this shit.
I'm not saying.
I'm already voting it for you.
I'm saying it has a
Little
purpose.
John, tell us what you think of this album. Yeah.
do have to add
so
something.
mad here, man.
I do have to add one thing.
All right, go ahead.
Is Little John done?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's tribute, and then I'll add one more thing.
Okay. I poured too much in this, but fine.
All right.
Go ahead.
There is a guy named Stu.
And I'm talking to him right now.
Not me.
Okay.
Not me. And he knew this photographer named Terry Richards.
Uh-huh.
And apparently Miley Cyrus also works with Terry Richards. Terry Richards is a promoter as well. Does parties and venues. So possibly her photography as well. So I'm a slightly biased because I respect Stu's opinion in that Terry Richards is a very good photographer and promoter. And yeah. So.
All right. So first of all, this guy doesn't even put his music out.
It's me. I know Terry Richards.
So you know a guy that takes pictures of Miley Cyrus. That has nothing to do with her shitty...
He's a photographer and promoter. He does parties.
Who cares? We're talking about her shitty fucking music. We're talking about this album. That's all we're talking about.
He cashed my biggest check I've ever had in my entire life. I had a $3,000 check for doing next to nothing. It was awesome.
If you're not a sellout like Stu is, and you heard this album, and want to give us your opinion
out
on
to
this,
Terry Richards.
Let us know what you think.
Miley Cyrus happens to work with him.
Let us know what you think in the comments, or you can send us an email, because I'd love to hear how much you hate this fucking album like me. All right, let's move on to the next review here. You're pissing me off, but you're my buddy, and I love you. I gotta say this: you're a great friend. I admire you, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right. One Sun was a good track, though. We agreed there.
Yes. Next up, we're talking about The Weeknd album, Beauty Behind the Madness. The Weeknd is a Canadian singer who alternative style has made him a member of the R&B subgenre known as PBR&B.
PBR&B? Is that like peanut butter and jelly?
No, Pabst Blue Ribbon plus blues.
Really?
Which is basically R&B for hipsters. His debut album, the 2013 Kissland,
He's got a black pompadour.
Received great reviews and charted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. So I'll be honest with you, Stu, and everyone out there. I haven't heard his first album, but with his growing popularity going into this follow-up, I was prepared to be amazed. He has a vocal style very reminiscent of Michael Jackson from the Bad era, with a hint.
Maybe I'm more like one track.
With a hint of new school Chris Brown, I think.
Don't give him all the Michael Jackson yet.
No, I'm just saying he's got a style like him.
Okay, all right.
I'm not saying he is the next Michael Jackson. Just saying he's obviously influenced by him.
You like the hair?
No.
You don't like the hair?
I don't hate it, but I'm like, I didn't expect you to look like that.
It is like the black version of the pompadour, though.
Okay.
It's like this thing that
it's huge.
It protrudes.
So, like, songs I talk about, we sound like Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. You can tell in songs like The Losers. And the song "Tell Your Friends" is like a vulgar, like braggadocious, piano-driven soul track that switches into heavy alarms and loud electronic beats during the bridge. I like that song. Another song I like is called "Often," which follows the same themes as the previous song. He can make that pussy pop constantly while partaking in some weed. However, this one has a more laid-back hip-hop beat.
There was only one good track.
Okay, go ahead, Stu. What was the song you liked?
Can't Feel My Face.
Oh, you like the hit. You like the hit song.
Why is that? Why, it was so much different than the rest of his stuff, but good.
Yeah. The thing I
don't normally like R&B, but
yeah, that's more like a dance pop song, I think.
Oh, really?
That's the song people are comparing him to Michael Jackson to.
Oh, really? Yeah. I think he can go somewhere with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What about the trap song, The Hills? You like that song?
The Hills?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember it.
The thing I liked about the song is even though he's singing about how many bitches he fucked, the soulfulness in his voice really makes this one stand out. Like, I don't remember the video, but he's like...
That's a live shot. That's a live video of it.
I like
the
that
Hills,
song.
I don't. It didn't stand out, apparently. It
Did
didn't
you know?
stand out.
Did you know that the song you mentioned earlier, "Can't Feel My Face," is about like cocaine?
Oh yeah, I guarantee you it's about cocaine.
But
Come on, can't feel my face.
Yeah, obviously. But I thought the song was about like
He,
I'm on cocaine. I didn't know it was about a girl and it's as a metaphor. You know what I'm saying?
oh, it was a girl as a metaphor. He was snorting a girl.
No,
and
he's saying the girl.
You make my face numb.
Yeah, it's a metaphor for cocaine, not like the song is about cocaine.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree.
I didn't know that.
This is a good song. I didn't care. I didn't really care whether it was actually about cocaine.
If it wasn't actually about, if it was an actual cocaine song, I would have thought it was even better. Not that I'm into,
wait.
Not that I'm into cocaine, but I'm like, oh yeah, something like that. Yeah. I like that. I like if it was like, oh, I'm singing a song about cocaine, but I'm being cryptic in my lyrics. I thought it would have been even better, but that's just me.
All right.
The acoustic song "Shameless," which has a pretty electric melodic guitar solo toward the end, I liked. And then another song I really like on this album is called "Earn It," which I think is on the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack. And it's like a very beautifully well numbered, well produced, and actually puts a woman in a pedestal as opposed to degrading her like all the previous songs earlier. So I like that song a lot.
I like the video.
I bet you do.
Yes.
The same can be said about the
butts.
track. Yeah, butts.
I like butts.
I cannot lie. Another song I like is "As You Are," which is the same theme. Like I like you, and you're a great girl. Another great song on this one are the "Ode to a Stripper" track called "In the Night," and the slow, gloomy, atmospheric duet song "Dark Times," which features Ed Sheeran. Which I don't like Ed Sheeran normally, but he really shined on this fucking song. So Stu, let you go first. What did you think of this? You have anything else to say about this album? You can give your review.
Ah, man. I really didn't like most of it. I found it very boring.
So you only like the "Can't Feel My Face" song?
Yeah.
So you're going on the record saying basically you don't like R&B, so you're kind of biased again.
Yeah, I am biased against R&B, but it did sway me. This is actually if I were to rate R&B, this is top notch R&B.
Okay.
Like I could definitely tell that, even though not liking it.
Right.
Like I could tell that like he should sweep over other R&B. And there was a good track that I liked as well.
Uh-huh.
So I was gonna go for a full negative, but I can't say download it, but I could say skip it. I'll listen to it if other people listen to it. And there was one really good track.
All right, so Stu says skip it. So I'm not gonna fight with you, Stu, because basically you're saying you don't like R&B, so you're biased against this. But I think you have to actually admit that this is not like your average R&B that you hear on the radio. This is kind of
I agree.
Unique.
I agree.
But the thing I'm gonna reject is I don't like the hipster R&B label. Like just because The Weeknd is doing not doing traditional or cliche R&B production, his music shouldn't be marketed with like that buzzword name. And beside the pretentious and overproduced power ballad final track "Angel,"
You think he's pretentious? I picked
the last song.
Oh, I picked up on him being a little pretentious.
Yeah, the last song was a really pretentious power ballad.
Especially that video with the 50 Shades of Grey. That's got to go to his head. It definitely went to his head, all the way into his hair.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect album to fuck a girl to, and it's even though the lyrics
really?
The lyrics are the sexual lyrics are kind of jarring at times.
Are you gonna make fuck a girl mix? When are you gonna make a fuck a girl mix?
Yeah, I think this.
So it'd be a track that will go on the fuck a girl mix.
You light some candles, right? Your girl comes home, you put this shit on, and you just like grind all night.
It's make love mix. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it is the only reason it's not
make love to you, baby.
The only reason it's
not
like the old school like R&B where it's like sensual and sweet. Some of the songs on here are really like raunchy and vulgar, and they're talking about smoking weed and like just fucking all the girls I can see. It's kind of funny. It kind of would kill the mood. So that for me would make me feel like I don't know if this is for me, but I really can understand as an artist his sound. I really can appreciate his talent. So I'm going to disagree with you, Stu, on that. I'm going to say this album, like, for fans out there for the first one, you definitely will like this one. And if you never heard this music before, you've listened to this album with an open mind.
Jarrell says download it.
I say you should definitely buy it.
Jarrell says download it.
Sorry, I buy this album. Now, if you have a different opinion, or you heard this album, you want to give us your opinion, let us know in the comments, or you can say something in our emails. We'd love to hear what you think. I'll try this. Trying to hijack my review. How dare you? Clink. Miss May I. Album Deathless. They're a Troy, Ohio metalcore band, and they have released their 5th album, Deathless, on Rise Records. Nowadays, when I hear a band is classified as metalcore, I just write them off as another generic member of the New School Warped Tour roster.
Wait. Can I add one thing?
Sure.
One quote I heard recently from my brother, but it was from someone else. Never trust a hardcore kid that never listened to punk rock.
Deep. What the hell does that mean, man?
With all this metalcore.
Okay.
All this metalcore, and they're trying to say they're hardcore. Hardcore came from punk rock. So they have to differentiate that. They have to drop the core.
And just be a metal band?
Yeah, and just be a metal band.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. So, I label it as another popular Warped Tour band, and being that they played the Warped Tour 3 times, my prejudice may be on the right track. Now, the first track is called IHE, which stands for I Hate Everything. It comes right out the gates with the growling metal vocals, blast beats driven over thrash town.
Pretty good track.
There's like an emo-like chorus, but it's very brief. So, don't worry about that if you hate, like, soft, like, clean vocals. It's not too long in this particular song. The next 2 songs, Trust My Heart and Psychotic Romantic, only appeal to me during the breakdowns, which are probably less than 6 seconds long. I guess all the other metal core elements they were repeating were starting to get redundant, so the breakdowns were kind of a change of pace. Now I don't want to shit this album too much. I like this song.
You can shit on it.
I like this song, Turn Back the Time. And even the title track do a good job of mixing the screaming vocals with the clean ones. Plus they have like a Pantera, like Anthrax, and even at times Metallica riffs here and there that I really enjoy. But then again, I'm a fan of 90s metal, so I may like it only for the nostalgia fact. Song The Artificial has a beautiful melodic guitar intro before the song kicks off. The chorus has a more arena rock sing-along vibe. It's a bit of a change of style, which I thought was cool. Yeah. So, I'm kind of like taking the wheel on this review. I see you over here, Stu, are just mad as shit. So, what do you have anything to say about this?
I look mad as shit.
You look angry about this album, but go ahead. Anything you want to talk about before I give my final review?
THE was a good track.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it, it's another metal band.
I think we're going to agree on what I'm going to say, but go ahead.
It's another bland, super talented. I don't give, you know what I mean? There's so many of these super talented guitarists out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting dry to me. I don't know. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay.
I can't get into it.
All right. So, all right, I'll give you my opinion. I agree with you a lot because I feel that Miss May I really don't separate themselves from the metalcore pack, like you're saying. They have a lot of talent, but they really wear their influence on their tattooed sleeves. But being that this album is a little over half an hour, it doesn't have time to get boring. Every
doesn't
song
have time to get boring.
Yeah, every song has a good part here and there.
I like THE,
but it's kind of like I think I see what you're saying is kind of a forgettable. But the reason I'm gonna be nice this album is because like I said, it's really short, so it's not like
Okay.
oh,
all
I'm
right,
bored.
all right,
So I
all right.
think this album is something you can download. What do you think, Stu?
Yeah, I say skip it.
You hate it more than it. Okay. Why would you say? I'm gonna push the button. Go ahead.
No. Okay.
Go ahead.
I probably wouldn't. If we didn't review so many of these metalcore bands
Mhm.
or metal bands, maybe I'd be more perceptive. But it's just
You're
like
very perceptive on it. Yeah.
it's just like one after another, and they're all starting to blend together.
Uh-huh.
You know what was last week? Disturbed.
Well, they're not metalcore. They're more like neo metal, but sure.
Okay.
But I know what you're talking about. We came as Romans, all that shit that comes out the work.
No, I liked We Came as Romans.
But I'm just saying examples.
Yeah, I
But
know. It just seems like there's too many of them, and they're all doing the same thing.
I agree with your review.
I don't understand why they can't do something like a little bit different. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only reason I'm saying that mine is a little higher rating is because it's not long.
Is it because they're all Rise Records?
Pretty much. A lot of record labels have like a particular sound they go for.
Yeah, it could be. The one guy at the top is like, yeah, I really like that. You gotta make it sound like that. and then all his bands end up sounding like that. No. He should be. Yeah, you gotta branch out.
Yeah, so I agree
out.
with your opinion. This is why I said it was down because it's not that long. But what do you guys think out there? If you heard the new Miss May album, let us know what you think in the comments, or you can send what you think in our email. We love to hear what you think. All right, now we check the emails, and yet again, no emails. So let's wrap this show up.
Nobody knows our email address.
I'm gonna give it to you right now. All right, that's another great show in the books. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can go to our website, which is njhabitradio.net, or you can go to our email and email us any comments you have or any opinions or things we can read on the show next time, which is njhabitradio@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook, which is facebook.com/njhabitradio. Look at all the interviews I'm doing coming up in a few months, or interviews I have done.
Webpage, contact.
Yes. Check all that stuff out.
Check it.
Put something down in the comments or send me a message. We love to hear from you. Until then, this is Jarrell and Stu
Yeah.
saying bye-bye and have a great week.
Yes, bye-bye.